Huge welcome back to 99 Bitcoins. We have seen an absolute episode of craziness over the last few days where oil has surged over 50%. Absolutely crazy. And the bad thing about this is, during this bear market is that Bitcoin has now slipped away to basically a top 13 commodity globally or asset globally by its market cap. $1.379 trillion for Bitcoin. Not even top 10 anymore. Not even top 10. We've got all the fear in the world in this market. We don't know how long this is going to last for, but let's look at three interesting cryptos I'm looking at accumulating during these bearish times. This starts with the first one being Zcash, where privacy is key. People are valuing their privacy and anonymity more than ever. So they're pivoting into these DeFi coins, just, similar to Zcash. You've got things like Dash as well. There are plenty of other ones too. But they're basically going into these coins because what we're seeing here is obviously a shift, firstly, in narrative, but this is a $3.53 billion market cap coin, which surged to 10 billion. It's down obviously quite a lot at the moment, but there's always potential for it to pump again and to go crazy again. So what does this mean? Well, you're buying a coin that's down over 70% from its all-time high, effectively. And this could be a potentially good entry for those that are feeling lucrative, those that are feeling bullish on this particular narrative, being the Zcash privacy narrative. Now, of course, just because it's $213 now doesn't mean it's going to go to $1,000 or anything crazy in the future. It's always speculative. So do remember, this isn't financial advice, but this is one that had a great run recently. And by market capital, you can see it actually went from basically 800 million up to 10 billion. It did over a 10x in quick succession in very, very fast time. So this is the Zcash protocol, encrypted electronic cash. Super, super bullish. And this is one for sure that I've been holding and looking at. And right now we can see it's pricing at $212. It's getting closer and closer to a 0.716 Fibonacci or 0.786 Fibonacci correction. I think maybe it will fall a little bit lower than the 50-week moving average that it's currently sitting on, because it's just bounced off that 50-week moving average. Does not really feel like a coincidence, but there you can see it, that 50-week moving average, a little bounce off. So there could be a bit of headway to the downside, or maybe that was indeed already the bottom, but we can see from the top to the bottom on this particular correction so far, it did a 75% correction, which isn't too bad and is quite a typical altcoin correction. So for sure, Zcash is one that I'm stacking up in the sidelines silently. You can already see this is on Binance and Coinbase, which is a great barometer of legitimacy and also fundamental value. Coins or projects that have real conviction and fundamental value and utility, these are the ones that usually Binance and Coinbase will list. If you look at other exchanges like MEXC, they're just pumping out hundreds, thousands of coins every week, But these guys, they've got integrity, so they get listed on those larger exchanges. Next up, we've got, of course, the one and only Bitcoin sitting at 68.4K. On this month, it actually did have a relief rally up to 74,000, but since then corrected to $66,000. Now we can see, looking at the all-time, it went to $126,000 in the peak of our bull run, but has of course since then dropped over 50%, actually made a 53% correction from top to bottom. Currently it's only down it's not really down a lot, about 47%, 45%, not really much. And I do think there is potential downside here for Bitcoin. I do think we can potentially come down lower for Bitcoin. So it's one thing I'm waiting for is that potential 200-week moving average drop where Bitcoin plummets a bit lower, falls below that 200-week moving average, and then we hit like a 55, 56 or 57K. And then I think really that would be when we place the bottom. If we look at the history here for Bitcoin, every time it gets close to its 200-week moving average, it bounces off that white line in its most depths of fear, in the deepest, darkest moments in the market. It always seems to rebound. If history repeats, we should see Bitcoin go absolutely crazy at some point in 2 years, and I'm honestly targeting $200,000. Lastly, we have Bitcoin Hyper. This is absolutely awesome. If you're a fan of Bitcoin, you're going to like this one. They've raised $31.895 million. One Hyper is 0.0136768. Now, you can buy with crypto using your favorite DeFi methods, such as Best Wallet, Wallet Connect, and also MetaMask here, or even Base Wallet, depends on what you guys prefer. So these are the DeFi methods to obtain it. You can see it says here, the fastest Bitcoin layer 2 chain. It is pure scalability designed for Bitcoin to help speed it up. And it's a Bitcoin alternative here, a low market cap project platform with like a a $30 million market cap, which gives it that 10x flair and 10x potential. Obviously, scrolling through, they're pushing out content very often, very frequently, and getting a ton of engagement and views here as people are getting more and more excited to see the launch of Bitcoin Hyper, to see the anticipation, to see this thing really hopefully cook by the time it does launch. If you are keen to find out more about this new exciting layer 2 ecosystem, which is using things like scalability, ZK rollups and optimistic rollup to really optimize their game here, you can check this coin out down below. Now remember guys, we're not financial advisors on this channel. We're just literally here because we are in love with this space. So these are some things that we've noticed. We've got Zcash, Bitcoin, and of course Bitcoin Hyper as well. Check out links down below, subscribe to the channel, and check out all the latest offers in the description as well. And fingers crossed, we will see this market pick up again soon. Bye for now. Subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell.